Hey everybody, this is Billy at Bakersfield Tuff, and of course any of you guys that have been reading Bakersfield Tuff, one of my favorite segments in there is H&S Body and Paints has put on the Back to Life series, and every issue he keeps on, up in the ante a little bit, and he told me we had something awesome for issue number 3, and he wasn't joking around, and here it is. We've got a 1955 Handyman built by Tom Riggins here. Tom, this is your baby, right?
Yes.
And man, this is a beautiful car. We're out here today. We took the photos of it. Can we walk around here? You got to show us some of this stuff.
Absolutely.
Come on, follow us around here. Come on. First of all, how long have you been working on this car?
I had it for 5, but about 2.5 years of hard labor. The last 2.5 years, I was nonstop.
And the cool thing about this is you built it. I mean,
Right.
you built it in your garage, right?
Every nut and bolt.
Right. We're gonna get into some of the stuff in here that's so intricate. I mean, it's a lot of work that you put into this. I mean, this isn't. And you won an award this weekend at the.
Yeah, first car show we won at the host club. Picked us
at the Street Rod Nationals this weekend at Bakersfield.
Right.
And there's a lot of cars there, so to win anything there, you gotta.
Yeah, there's 1,852 cars there.
Right. So it feels good to win something. And this thing's new too, right? We took me over here, and I didn't realize this thing's new.
300 miles.
Yeah, you just finished it a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with it. We got to walk around this. There's a lot of stuff to look at. First of all, tell us a little bit about the Handyman, because it's a kind of a rare car, right? I mean,
they made Handyman wagons. I'm not sure. I think 55 was his first year, but the 4 doors were tradesmen, and they made a Nomad. Well, I just like the Handyman. I like the 2-door traditional station wagon.
Right.
It's got a lot less stainless and just less what I call foo-foo on it, just kind of simple.
Right.
And that's the way we wanted to keep it.
One of the things that's kind of neat about this, now we talked, the fenders are kind of interchangeable, right, with the Bel Airs and all that stuff?
All of them, yeah.
All right, so but when
and the hoods.
And the hoods. You gotta love the Eagle Jet, right? That's kind of
actually it's called the bear. I mean the bird. I don't know.
The bird.
That's what they call them, hood birds.
Yeah, very cool.
Very cool.
Has that kind of like 50s like space, like when they're starting to get into the aero stuff and all that. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, all the cars had some sort of hood ornament in those days.
Right, and of course Dickie did all the paint work, right? And,
absolutely, body work, got it straight, and then they did a heck of a job painting it.
Right. Okay, so let's walk around. This trim, I gotta imagine, is kind of hard to find, right? I mean, you're not.
No, that's aftermarket. It's actually Bel Air trim, and the reason I did that was to carry the color from around the windows down to the quarter panel because it's such a big area.
Okay, so you got this kind of like a 2-tone deal.
That's aftermarket. The trim is, but
right.
I had to roll it on a piece of pipe to get it to curve to match the shape of the quarter panel.
Right. And what size rims or tires have we got on this thing?
17s, front and rear, 8 wide in the front, 9.5 in the back.
Right.
And they're Yokohama, what they call S-Drive. They're supposed to be real high mileage, but it's still high performance tire.
Right. It's pretty cool. Like some of the intricate work, you can see these are the
subtle stuff.
Yeah, little American wheels, and you've got these are American wheels.
American.
Yeah.
Paper, yeah.
And you've got it's pretty cool. It says if you can kind of get in there, you actually have Handyman inscribed on the hubcap. That's pretty neat. Real cool. One of the things too is this thing's not just tricked out on the outside. Underneath, it's nice. I can already see it. I mean, and you've actually put some kind of high components on. I mean, you've got some tricked out stuff, right?
It's a Paul Newman chassis. Newman Car Creations are online.
Okay.
It's all C4 Corvette suspension, front and rear Corvette sway bars, rack and pinion.
Let me see if I can get under here. Sometimes I can get under here. Let me see if I can get under here. Every once in a while, I can get under here. Oh yeah, that is nice. And, driving over here, it kind of handles like a high-performance car. It does not handle like an old car by any means, and you can kind of see why. It's all independent. Nice. Now, the one thing that's kind of cool about this is you and your wife built it together, right?
Correct.
I mean, she's into it almost as much as you are.
She is.
Right. And so how'd that feel when you guys finally got it finished? You guys are kind of driving it around. She's got to feel pretty good about it.
Made me feel pretty proud, and she was pretty proud. And
yeah,
it's pretty nice. It's 99.9% done. There's just a couple little tweaks to do to it.
All right, let's make our way to the inside because there's a couple of cool things in there you've really done.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and open that up? And I'm not going to get in here because I've been laying on the ground, but the really awesome. The story even you did this. I mean,
engine turning, it's called.
And you engine turned like the dash and the trim. And I've done some bigger stuff, and I can tell you that that's a lot of work to do that. And if you mess up, you almost have to start over or sand it. I mean, it's hard. And I looked at the detail work, and it's like, just want to get in there. We're talking about this stuff right here. He has to turn each one of those little circles with like a little brush or some kind of.
It's a 1/2 inch abrasive stick, and you overlap it 50%.
Yeah. And it's an amazing amount of detail work because I mean that's all hand done, and you did it.
Right.
Right. And the upholstery, who did that?
Mike Ray, Hot Rod Interiors and Cayucas.
Right, this is high-end stuff right here. And you've actually done some customizing to it. You can see right here you added this, like, this is awesome, kind of modernized it a little bit.
Yeah,
with some...
the tunnel, it's got a little package tray and a couple of power ports.
Right.
It's got air conditioning.
Yeah. Oh, can we show the windows? I thought that was real trick. Does it work?
Crank switch.
Okay, so he's got these things. I'm sure this is probably common, but you can kind of see it's got that old thing. It looks like they'll turn, but really, you pull it up, and it's all electric. See, it works on electric. It's awesome. Phenomenal. I don't know, maybe I'm out of it, but I think that's awesome. That is so cool. You want to take a look under the hood? Or?
Sure.
All right, let's look, because you got something cool in there, too.
You can put a stronger spring on this.
Yeah, there it is. LS3. And this thing's a rocket. We took it, and maybe I'll sweet talking to give us a little run down here as we get out of here. And how hard was it to pull this thing in here? I mean, it was a lot.
Well, the chassis, when you buy it from Paul, you just tell him what kind of motor you want to put in the car.
Mm-hmm.
He puts the motor mounts where they need to be. And so basically you just got to be really careful when you drop the body over the chassis.
Yeah.
As to not rake the paint off the firewall. But
Right. And the cubic inch on this?
376.
376. Yep. Oh, there it is. 480 horsepower. That's a lot of horsepower.
Yeah, runs.
Yeah.
6-speed Tremec transmission.
Yeah, for pump gas, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's neat. And it's kind of economical. We talked about. I mean, these are actually getting to the point where they're cheaper than building one yourself.
It should get 20 to 22 miles a gallon if you can keep your foot out of it. So far, I haven't been able to do that.
Yeah. No kidding. You got the aluminum radiator. That's cool.
Yeah.
And it has a transmission here. The same one that's in the Viper. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's a 6-speed.
Yeah.
Tremec.
Wow. So this thing's, what's neat about some of these hot rods is this one in particular has a look of a nostalgia like car on the outside, but underneath it's a full-blown race car almost. I mean, it feels like a race car. It hauls ass like a race car. It just moves like a race car.
It runs.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, one of the more enjoyable things that I get doing this series with Dickie is the actual ride-alongs that these guys give me in their cars. And pretty much, you saw we did my Carvix last time, and this one's no different. I mean, the way these cars handle are awesome. I mean, these guys put a lot of work into the bottom ends and the motors and all that stuff, and this one is deceiving because on the outside you see something that's this light green and it's big, but I mean, the amount of horsepower and the way it handles is just absolutely amazing. And you actually meant it to be like that, right? I mean, it was something you wanted to have. Like,
that's right. We wanted a driver, something that's safe. He's got big brakes, stop on a dime.
Yeah.
Handle, if you got to swerve out of the way to miss a dog, it's not going to go sideways. It's going to go where you point it.
Right. And one of the things too is kind of like a badge of honor with the hot rod guys. You actually drive this car.
We drive it.
Right. I mean, that's
don't own a trailer.
Yeah.
Trailers are for boats.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, something that's good to drive, and a lot of guys build these things and park them, right? I mean, you see that a lot in the hot rod industry.
Put them on a trailer and haul them around to car shows.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like fun to me.
Right.
I
Guess we'll go out this way. And you know, one thing, we were coming out here and you're already getting thumbs up and all that good stuff. Okay, here we go. Wow, that's an amazing amount of torque. That is something else. Wow, very good. It's probably hard to keep your foot out of the gas, am I wrong?
Very.
Oh, it's awesome. Well, this is definitely an awesome hot rod, and we want to thank Tom for showing it to us, and Dickie, of course, for bringing the Back to Life series to Bakersfield Tuff magazine. And just an unbelievable car. There's another one. So anyway, this is Billy, and this is Tom, and this is Bakersfield Tuff.